Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be all about the 12 brands that I tried for the first time in 2022. I am going to be telling you how I came to try these, what my journey was, what other things I bought, if trying these brands made me buy more or maybe I wasn't too excited. So yeah. That's what we're gonna do today. Let's get right into it. About a year ago, I did a video talking about the brands I wanted to try for 2022. And to be honest, I didn't try a lot of those. I think I only tried one. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm not really gonna do a video like that anymore. Because it never goes how you think it will go. There are so many reasons why you don't or do try a brand. There are so many factors weighing in, playing in. Sometimes brands just don't come out with things that you're really excited about, and sometimes there are just other brands that you didn't expect that really catch your eye. You can't try everything, and I'm also trying to cut back a little bit, so I don't want to force myself to try brands. I don't want to push myself to try brands when I don't know what they're gonna come out with, when I don't know if it's gonna be the right situation to do that. So I'm not gonna do a list of brands anymore, but I thought it would be fun to kind of look back at what I actually tried. So first up, let's look at the list that I made quickly. I just want to quickly mention what list I made a year ago. I think it's funny to see what I was thinking a year ago. I was in a completely different situation financially, emotionally, with my channel, with my time. A lot of things happened this past year. So okay, first up on this list I have Be Perfect, and Be Perfect I am eyeing, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna try them soon because I am eyeing the cream bronze. I really want to try that, but there haven't really been eyeshadow palettes or other things that I have been excited enough about to try them, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try this brand. Then we have Pixie. I don't know why I was so into the idea of trying Pixie a year ago, but right now I'm like not interested in this brand at all. I think it's a pretty like boring brand usually overall, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Then we have Pat McGrath. I actually tried that one. Then we have Nomad Cosmetics. I did try that one as well. Okay, so two. I tried two. And then Sigma Beauty, didn't try it in the end. Didn't feel like there were revolutionary eyeshadow palettes that really made me go, okay, this is the first palette that I'm gonna try from them. Then we have Faves. I came really close to trying them, but I didn't do it in the end. And I don't know if I'm still that excited about them. I don't know if I'm still like eyeing them in that way. I'm probably not gonna buy anything from them, but I'm not 100% sure. And we have LYS Beauty, still kind of interested in it. I have heard pretty good things about it, but yeah, something really like cool and something really up my alley has to come out from a brand for me to try them for the first time, and it's not always that easy to get LYS Beauty, so I'm eyeing them. I'm hearing some good things. I don't know if I'm gonna try them this coming year. It could be. There's a chance. Alright, let's get into these brands. So first up, let's do the brands that I put on my list. So I actually tried Pat McGrath, and when I put Pat McGrath on that list, I think I already had this one, but I bought this like just before the new year, so I'm still counting it for this year. I hope you're okay with that, but this is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlighter, and this is a very smooth, very glowy but not glittery highlighter that is like a pink to champagne gold. I think this is really pretty. I've used it quite a bunch. I was quite excited about this. I think it's quite luxurious. I like it. And then we had the Bridgerton collection, Pat McGrath X Bridgerton, and I was such a big fan. I am such a big fan of Bridgerton. I think it's a great show. I really like it. I decided to pick up the eyeshadow palette and the face palette. So the eyeshadow palette and the face palette, which looks like this. And I've really enjoyed the face palette. I think it's really pretty. The eyeshadow palette I was a little bit disappointed by. It was my favorite. I felt like some of the shades in the palette, they looked a little bit too similar. I mean, these two shades, they are not that impactful in pigment. I wasn't really blown away by this palette, and I feel like this palette kind of made me stop buying Pat McGrath. I don't think I have stopped buying this brand forever. I think there's still a chance. There's still a chance for me to pick some things up, but there has to be something like really special, really interesting, because it's a really expensive brand. I'm also on a low buy. If you didn't know that, I'm on a low buy, and I just think it is too expensive and a lot of the things don't seem worth it to me. So I am still kind of eyeing the brand, but I'm not as excited to try them more right now. Something really special has to come along for me to buy more, because it's just too expensive to like start trying all the things and buying all the things and trying everything out. I am not planning on doing that. Then a brand that I actually didn't really realize I tried for the first time. I didn't really think about it, but I actually did. But I only tried 2 lip oils. So I don't know if it's really like counting, but like it's the first time I tried LA Girl. So I have the LA Girl Lip Oil Nourishing Gloss. I have the one in Sheer Strawberry and Shimmer Grapefruit. These are pretty cute lip oils. They were like €3 when I bought them. I bought them on a bit of a deal. They are a little bit thin. They are not like super thick and luxurious and nourishing, but they're kind of like a lip gloss. They're a cute lip gloss. I have found other lip oils that I like better, but these were some of the first that I tried. I was just excited to try something of lip oil because people were raving about them, and you know, I like them, but it doesn't really say a lot about the brand just yet. I just thought it was like a good for the price lip oil that was easy to throw in a bag. So like a pretty good experience with that one. Then I also tried LYS Beauty, and I don't know if I have everything here in front of me, but this one was actually in my worst of 2022. The Genuine Aim High Multi-Use Liquid Highlighter. I thought it was really hard to blend, a weird shade. It was really patchy. And then I also had these were my favorites, the 2 cream blushes. I have shown these a bit in these past few videos. So this one is the one in Inspire, more of a like terracotta warm shade. Still a bit mauve in undertone, but definitely like this warmish vibe. And then we also have the one in Confident, which is more of a mauve. I also have the matte bronzer. I believe I have the highlighter, the powder highlighter somewhere, but I didn't really like it. I felt like it looked too thick on the skin. It didn't really blend in. It was just more of a metallic stripe. I wasn't a fan of that. So I really liked the cream blushes, and I really like the bronzer as well. It's a good bronzer, but those are definitely my favorites. The other ones I don't think you should pick up. This is a brand that I actually wanted to try for quite a long time, but it wasn't available anywhere where I could buy it. The LYS website, it doesn't ship to Europe. And now it was available on Cult Beauty, but they don't really restock it a lot. So it's still kind of difficult to get it there, but I could get my order in, try some things. I don't know if I'm gonna try much more than this. Also because I think the packaging is a little bit bulky and a little bit hard to store, like this triangle. I never can get it to really fit anywhere. So glad I tried the cream blushes. I'm glad I tried those, and I'm pretty excited about those, but I feel like this is enough for me for right now for this brand. Then a brand that I actually only tried one product from. This is the Armani Neo Nude Melting Color Balm Cheeks and Eyes in 51, and I don't really like this. I decluttered this one. I felt like it was too thin, too balmy. It wasn't really perfecting the skin. It didn't really give me like the kind of thicker cream blush effect that I would want. I just want a very specific thing with my cream blushes, and this didn't do that. I didn't pay like a super high price for it because I got it on a deal, but this just isn't for me, and I don't really feel like trying anything else from Armani. It's not really a brand that like pulls me in, where I see different products and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. That is not happening. So glad I tried this. Glad I tried it in the end. I'm happy that I know now that I don't like it, and I can go on and use cream blushes that I really like. Then another brand, another luxury brand that I tried for the first time and it didn't really end well, is Chanel. This is the first time I tried any Chanel makeup, and I picked up the Blush Lumiere Illuminating Blush Powder in Peach Rosé and the other shade in this collection as well. This one was very powdery, the shimmers in here were very chunky. It was supposed to be an illuminating blush, but I didn't feel like it looked glowy at all. It just looked powdery with specks of shimmers in there, and I feel like for 65 euros a piece, I am expecting something amazing, something gorgeous, beautiful, something that's gonna perfect the skin, and these just didn't look amazing on the skin. This is the one in Brun Russi. I was just not into these. I wasn't into these. I just felt like the specks of shimmer shouldn't have been in there. They shouldn't have been in there, and it would have been much better if it would be an all over, like all throughout the powder glow. It would have been amazing because the shades themselves I actually think look pretty cute, but I decluttered these. I wasn't into these at all. Then a nail polish brand that is the nail polish brand that I basically only wear right now, and I already mentioned these in my favorites, but I thought I would mention these again because I feel like it's a bit more special, it's a bit more interesting, this nail polish brand, than usual. So I'm usually not one to talk a lot about nail polish, but this has just really blown me away. Just an amazing brand. So I'm talking about Holo Taco, and I bought a bunch of holographic nail polishes, and I think these are amazing. They're so easy to apply. They are so quick to dry, like they dry so fast, and then they stay on long. They look so smooth, they look amazing. The holo in them makes it extra special. I also got one of the shimmery shades. I wore this recently and really loved it. I have so many of these, I couldn't like show them all in this video, but I'm really into this brand right now. I would highly recommend it, and I feel like it's not too expensive to order, at least for me, from the Netherlands. It's like pretty easy to order it, and it doesn't take long. It gets here really fast, and it is not too expensive. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, pretty good experience. I'm definitely gonna be buying more from this brand. Then another brand that you've seen featured on my channel, you might have seen featured on my channel recently. I tried Nimya, the brand by Nikki Tutorials. This is the eyeshadow palette that I did a video about with 2 different looks. This is quite a nice palette, but it has some faults, which doesn't make it my absolute favorite. I still have to use it a little bit more, but I feel like the mattes, they are a little bit too powdery, too almost chalky. They are quite pigmented, but I feel like there could have been more of a creaminess to them, which would make them a little bit more pigmented, and I feel like they make my eyelids look a little bit dry. So I'm not the biggest fan of the mattes, even though I quite like the looks I do with them, and I quite like the blend, but it's just not there yet. They're not my favorite mattes. And then we have some nice kind of traditional shimmers, which I quite enjoy, and we have some sparkly shades that are very, very like fall outy. They are like flying everywhere. You will have sparkles all over your face with these. And I also tried them with a glitter glue, but that isn't like perfect way to fix it. It's still gonna fly around. What I do really love from this brand, and I realized that I don't know where my lip balm is right now, but I really love the glosses and the lip balm of this brand. I am wearing one of these glosses right now, and that is the shade She Said What, which is kind of like a cool toned, glowy nude. I think it's a beautiful shade. I think this is my favorite, but all of these I think are amazing glosses. They are not sticky. They feel very nice on the lips. I don't feel like they disappear from the lips right away or anything like that. Some of these are more like a jelly formula. Some of these are a little bit more sparkly. So you have different options. They are not too pigmented, but you still really see the effect they have on the lips. I'm really into these, and they also smell amazing. Very like sweet, very beautiful. I actually am really excited about this brand, but especially because of the lip products. I don't know if I would buy another eyeshadow palette. I would have to like see some reviews. Not that I regret buying this eyeshadow palette, but it's just not my fave. But if there are gonna be more glosses in like really interesting shades, a little bit less nudie, because this was a very nudie line. Like if there would be some like bright pink, like brighter pink, more pinkish glosses, I would be like interested in that. I could be persuaded to buy another gloss or other lip products by this brand, so I'm pretty excited. I haven't like completely made up my mind about it just yet. And then next up we have the brand What's Up Beauty. I only tried one eyeshadow palette by this brand, which is the Geodes palette. Okay, I had to take a tiny break because my boyfriend came home. What I was gonna say is I think this is a really cute looking palette and I quite like some of the looks that I did with it. There are just a few things about it that made me not reach for it so much. One of them is these shimmers look the best with a glitter glue. I don't always feel like applying a glitter glue. It's just a little bit of extra work that I usually don't do. It's an extra step, and if I don't really feel like doing that, then I don't reach for this palette. Also, I feel like the mattes in here are not super inspiring. I would have loved for them to be a little bit more out there, a little bit more, like a little bit different. I feel like these two look a bit too samey on the eyes for a palette with such a small amount of mattes. I would have loved for there to be one like more interesting matte that made the whole, that could make the whole color story a little bit more like inspiring. But all in all, I think it's a pretty good quality palette. I think it's a pretty cute palette. I like the packaging. I think it's pretty slim. I just don't really feel like reaching for this a bunch. Could still change my makeup preferences and the way I apply shimmers. It can still change. Sometimes I all of a sudden decide that I love something, or all of a sudden I'm really into something and use it a lot. I am keeping an eye on What's a Beauty. It could still be that they release products that I would like to try. I think it's a pretty interesting brand, but it's not right now something that I'm super excited about and that I'm really going back to and want to try more from. Then a brand that you've seen me try pretty recently is actually GlossGods, and these two were in my favorites. I do have to say that they were more of a, they're probably gonna be favorites because I've had a bit of a weird makeup year where I haven't worn a lot of eyeshadow. So actually, by the definition that I would usually have for favorite eyeshadow palettes, I don't think I could have had more than two. So I decided to just bring in some palettes that I was really excited about. And when I tried these and I used them a bit more after my first impression, I did. After I tried these, I was like really excited about them. I am still really excited about them. I really like this neutral palette. This is the New Neutrals Remix. I don't know why I looked at the front because I know these names by heart. But I think this is such a cool palette because it's a neutral to warm neutral palette with a bunch of like green hints in there. Not too colorful, but just a little bit of interest with the greens. And then I also tried the Vintage Glam, which is more purple, which is more bright, which is a little bit different. I really like the shades in here. The only thing that I've noticed is that this one can be slightly tricky to blend. You have to be a little bit mindful when blending that, but it's a dark purple shade. It happens a lot. I really like these two, and that is why I bought the Smoke and Mirrors as well. I have to be honest, this hasn't been as successful as the other palette because I don't like these two darker gray shades. I don't feel like they build. I feel like they look messy. I don't get the placement how I want it, whatever brush I use. I've tried different techniques. I do like the other shades in here, so I think I'm just gonna combine it with the other palettes, but this has made me see that I cannot blindly buy from this brand. Not everything is gonna be as good as I think these two are, but I'm still really excited about GlossGods. I can see myself buying more, but I feel like when I tried those first two palettes, I was like, I'm gonna try everything. Not literally, I wasn't thinking that literally, but I was really excited about it. But then this kind of like stopped me in my tracks, and we're gonna see what's coming for the next year. I'm probably gonna try something else from them just to really see what is going on, because I really like the shimmer formula, and they also have some all shimmer palettes that I think look pretty interesting. So there's something there. I'm not yet done trying this brand. Then kind of like the brand of the year, I think. I have bought so many things from this brand. There's like such a big pile of makeup here, and I have not even taken out everything I bought from this brand. So I got one of the Lunar Beauty mystery boxes at the start of the year. I had never tried Lunar Beauty, I think. Wasn't it on my list? I think that's weird. Now I'm kind of doubting. I'm gonna check back on my channel. I am unsure. But I think the mystery box was the first thing, and that one I got 9 months ago. Okay, 9 months ago I got the mystery box. I got the biggest mystery box. I think it was quite a splurge. And I got some eyeshadow palettes. I got some cheek palettes. I got a bunch of stuff in there. Lip products, a little bit of everything. I got the Moon Prism blush palette, for example. I also got some of the older releases of the eyeshadow palettes, like the Moonspell 2 as well. And I was really impressed, especially with the lip products. And I, by now, have tried almost everything that he has. Not all of the glosses, not all of them, not all of the lip products, but a bunch. Like, I have 3 of the lip oils. I have so many of the liquid lipsticks. I have a bunch of the glosses. I was really impressed with that. And I was just like, okay, I want to try more of the lip products. I liked the eyeshadow palettes. I was really impressed with the lip products. And then Manny came out with this. The Nude Prism color palette, and this I think is the moment where I was like sold. This really made me a fan of Lunar Beauty. It took such a short amount of time when I finally started trying the brand after years and years and years. It only took a few months and I was like obsessed. So this I cannot get out of the packaging apparently. Please. Maybe it's time to throw away the box, but it's so pretty, I don't want to. Alright, so this is the nude eyeshadow palette, which is gorgeous. The outside is gorgeous and the inside is beautiful as well. This has a bunch of different options. It is neutral, but you can go different routes. You can make it berry, you can make it more warm. And you have beautiful shimmers in this palette. They are gorgeous. They are so creamy. They are so like foiled and kind of mirror-like. They are the best shimmers, like some of the best shimmers that I've tried this year. I love this palette so much. And then they also had the Nude Prism blush palette in this collection. And this one is also gorgeous as well. I love the blue with the pink. It's so pretty. And then the shades in here I loved as well. I already tried the blush formula from the blush palette that it was in the mystery box. And that made me really want to try this. I've used this a bunch. I think this is such a beautiful palette, such a beautiful formula. Usually I'm more into glowy blushes, but this is a very perfecting, gorgeous, pigmented but not too pigmented blush formula, and the packaging is just, it's amazing. It is so beautiful. So that really sealed the deal. And then he came out with, by the way, with that Nude Prism collection order that I made, I bought a bunch extra lip products and I have been loving those this year. I basically put all of those lip products in my favorites, but I can't show them all because I have too much of them, but they are so good. And then what am I doing? This is not the palette that I wanted to show you. Okay, then came the Lunar 12 Days of Lunar. Yes, that's the name. Okay, so I'm not gonna open it, but this was the advent calendar. I unboxed it on my channel. I did it in 2 different videos because I wanted to open different ones on different days and really keep it fun for myself. And I think that this was a really interesting launch, a really pretty color story, a little bit fall themed in a wintry palette, but I think it's really cute. And the shimmer formula in this is the same as the Nude Prism, and I'm so into it. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna be buying a lot more Lunar Beauty now that I finally tried it. And after that nude collection, that was like my favorite collection basically of the year. There have been some other really nice collections of other brands, but that one really stood out to me, and just this whole brand stood out to me. I think this is like my #1 new brand of the year. If this were a ranking video, this would be at the first place because I was so into this. This was really the year of Lunar Beauty and I can't wait to try more of them. Then one brand that's a little bit random is I tried some single eyeshadows by Terra Moons, and I never ended up reviewing these because I still have not used them all. I have used 2 of these shades. I will put the names in the description box. I don't really feel like making a mess right now trying to get this out. Don't know how that's gonna go, but I tried this one and this one. I really liked the ones that I put on. This did make me realize that I am not the kind of girl that will use single eyeshadows. I love eyeshadow palettes and I totally see the appeal of single eyeshadows. In my mind, my fantasy self, as you could call it, loves single eyeshadows, loves the idea of it, but every time I buy them, I never use them. I never use the single eyeshadow palettes that I like put together myself. I think these are amazing single eyeshadows, at least the ones that I've actually managed to put on my eyes in basically a year. I've really got to try all of these. I don't know what is going wrong here. Well, the thing that's going wrong is that it's not in an eyeshadow palette. But yeah, pretty good quality. Like, not even pretty good quality, amazing quality, but it's just not working out for me with the singles. I have to be honest with myself. Please, if I start talking about buying singles in the coming year, stop me. Someone please stop me, hold me back, take my credit card, take my debit card. It is not a good idea. And then one that was actually on my list, I believe, was the Nomad Cosmetics brand. And if you've seen my videos, like my roundup videos, then you have seen that this didn't go very well. Yeah, I've heard so many people say very positive things about this brand. I've heard so many people say that they love Nomad Cosmetics, rank palettes like really high. I did not get on with this palette. I felt like the mattes were really like uneven, too thin. I didn't get any look with these mattes that I enjoyed. I always thought it looked weird. And then the shimmers I felt like very lackluster, didn't have the pigment, didn't have the shine. There are a few shimmers that are kind of okay, like this one, Fish and Shark. They're kind of okay, but all in all, I really didn't like this palette. I really tried it, but I felt like a lot of the shimmers were just not very pigmented, as well as the mattes just too thin, not pigmented enough. I just wasn't into it, and I'm probably not gonna buy from Nomad Cosmetics very soon because the reviews are not gonna tell me anything. Because everyone likes this quality, I cannot trust the reviews, even though everybody is just giving their honest opinion, I'm sure. But imagine if everybody disliked the quality of this brand, then if they would suddenly start saying it's gotten a lot better, it's amazing now, then I could be like, okay, now I can try it. But people already like it, so now I don't know when I could maybe try it again, when they could maybe change it again. I feel like this is a brand where I'm sure people are gonna love it. Like, I'm sure there are people watching this video now that would love it, but for me it didn't work out. It's just not for me. It's just not for me personally. And then we have arrived at the last brand that I tried this year. I actually tried quite a lot of this brand, and some of these things I hated and some of these things I really loved. So let's start with the love. I have really gotten into lip glosses because of Makeup by Mario. I have the one in Mauve Nude. I have the one in Golden Nude. Wow, could you see anything? Golden Nude. And the one in Rose Nude. And these are shimmery lip glosses, but with a really faint, like subtle shimmer, which makes them really glowy. And there's kind of like a duochrome in them as well, which makes it really interesting. These last really long on the lips, and when you apply them over a lipstick, they also last really nice and long. They're not sticky, they're not too thin, not too thick. I think these are amazing. These are the lip glosses that really got me into wearing lip gloss on top of other like lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, different things. These are amazing. I really love them, and I just love the dimension that these give to the lips, to a lip look. At some point, I was just applying Rose Nude on top of anything. Like everything I did, I put Rose Nude on top. This is my favorite shade. This is the first shade that I got. Then I got these two as well, the Golden Nude and the Mauve Nude. These are amazing lip glosses. Then two things that I didn't really like were the blush, the Creamy Peach Soft Pop Powder Blush. I ranked this really low in my blush ranking. I thought that this was a very powdery, chunky glitters, chunky shimmers, and it didn't look flattering. It looked dry on the cheeks. I didn't like it at all, and it was pretty expensive. Also, the packaging got a scratch right away. I was not into this, not a fan. I was very quickly convinced that I wanted to declutter it, and it is decluttered by now. I'm not into this blush. It is not for me. I think some people really like it, but to me this didn't really work out. Then we have the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector in light medium. So this I didn't really get. I guess it's some sort of finishing powder. I thought it was gonna be more of a bronzer or like an all over bronze glow, but this once again looked just like nothing, except it added some chunky shimmer to my face, which I don't like at all. It is not something that I enjoy, so I decluttered this one as well, and was also in my worst makeup of 2022. Then something that I enjoyed quite a bit, but I've kind of moved on to other cream bronzers that I like even more, that I discovered a little bit later in the year. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium, and this is kind of like a cream bronzer. It's kind of like thin. It does wear quite long, like I can't open it. It does wear quite long, but it isn't as perfecting as other cream bronzers. It blends out really easily. It wears long. If it's really like hot out, I'm sweating, it stays put. It looks very natural. It's a very no makeup look product. I really liked it, and I still quite like it because it's easy to blend out, but I have tried like some other cream bronzers that were in my favorites. This didn't end up in my yearly favorites. It did end up in my like 6 months into the year favorites. It's a good product, but you have to like it. You have to like this not so perfecting, very natural kind of bronze that does stay on long. Like this very like subtle look. You have to like that. And then I also tried these, what's it called? The Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. I was really excited to try these. I saw this on some people. I thought that looks so glowy, like the most glowy stick lip product that I've ever seen. And these are like 50-50 product for me. When I actually tried them, like you can kind of like twist them up and then they don't go back down. When I tried them, first I was really excited, but I had discovered that they wear off too quickly for me, and I don't really like that. When I apply a lip liner, I apply one of these on top. I, by the way, have the shades Rose Glow, Bronze Glow, and Apricot Glow. So I don't know if it's like for all the shades, but at least 3 shades is quite a lot. You can say quite a lot, but I feel like they kind of wear off too quickly. And when you apply a lip liner and then these on top, very quickly you're just gonna be left with the lip liner and just looks a little bit odd quickly. You have to keep reapplying. I just feel like they disappear from the lips, and then I would rather just take one of the glosses and just get a really glossy result with that. Just put on a lipstick and put this on top. That is my preferred result. I would have loved to love these, but they're just not long wearing enough, and I don't even mind products that are not super long wearing. It's not really an issue for me because I am usually not out for like a whole day. But even then, even just hanging around the house, being able to reapply these quickly, I feel like they're just disappearing too soon. And then that's actually gonna be everything that I have to show you for this video. These were all the brands that I tried this year. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and let me know what brands you are very excited to try the coming year. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.